Hey, loungers. Happy Sunday to everyone. I hope everybody is doing as great as I am this evening. Listen, guys, I know that Carrie was going to end her show around 3 o'clock or so. And so I said I was going to go ahead and start the show around this time. I do apologize for those who thought I was going to start earlier. I did intend to do that, but I didn't know Carrie was going live. So I just said, well, I'll just push mine back a little bit. So no big deal. But either way, guys, we are here today to discuss some of these receipts in regards to D Derell and the Tpri kerfuffle. Okay, now as you guys know, Derell and I have been not seeing eye to eye on things. He's out here defaming my character, doing all kinds of crazy shit. Okay, that could actually get his ass sued out here. Okay, but either way, he's definitely doing the most. And I let him know the other day that, hey, you actually started this whole disrespect with me. I didn't start disrespecting you. You started disrespecting me. Okay. And he was like, no, I didn't. And you were just talking shit about my wife and my family and this and that. And I'm like, no, I really didn't. You know what I'm saying? But I'll show you, what actually happened. So I'm going to go ahead and do that today. I'm going to go ahead and look into a couple of videos that were recently done and kind of do a back and forth in regards to dates and times and who actually really did, say whatever they wanted to say. Okay. Now, I did see a couple of chats, from a couple of trolls who, definitely wanted to try to make it seem like, I started this whole thing with him and I've been doing this in all these chat rooms and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll see if that's really the case, right? And I'll definitely give anybody the opportunity to present that evidence, right? You can come up here and definitely present that. Let me go ahead and put down the link. But again, like I said, we actually carry receipts around here. We don't walk around just saying stuff and forcing it down your throat and making you believe whatever we're thinking, right? We actually tell you, like what we expect, and that is, to actually see evidence of things, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do that for Derell today, y'all godfather, okay? Make sure that I do that for him today so that he can see, that no, it wasn't me. I wasn't out here, starting a whole bunch of shit with him, okay? I actually gave an opinion about things, and I'm going to explain to you why I did that and how I did it, right? And then we'll see whether or not, it was me or not, whether, who started this whole thing with him. We're also going to address Mr. Stefani Gitano, okay? I understand that he is still crying in regards to me and in regards to Carrie and everything. And I'm definitely going to speak for me today in regards to Stephanie Gitano, okay? Because I'm not really sure what the issue is. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on him, but I definitely do have some things I'd like to say to him. And a nice message for Miss Breaking the Culture herself, aka Andrea Garrison. Okay. I'm definitely going to talk about her just a little bit today. I don't have much time to spend on her either, but I will just, address her since she is begging for my attention. Okay. Now make sure you guys do hit the like button on the way in. And guys, we are chilling this Sunday. Ain't nobody mad. Ain't nobody upset. Like I'm just chilling. Okay. So don't mind me. I got my little tree and everything on the side. Y'all make sure y'all roll up something, and get on in here so we can go ahead and get started with the show. And again, make sure you guys hit the like button. Hey, Teresa, I appreciate you being in the building, sis. And Clark, definitely appreciate you being in the building as well. And the beautiful, I appreciate you being in the building as well. VS Speaks Royally, I appreciate you being in as well. And Redbone with the new money, definitely appreciate you, sis, for being in the building. Let's see. Okay, Miss Thangs, I appreciate you being in the building as well. And everybody that's in the clouds and all of you who will catch the replay, okay? Now, let's start with, I guess, with Stefan, okay? Because, like, child, this shit is just hilarious at this point. I don't know about y'all, okay? But I am highly, highly entertained by these motherfuckers, okay? They are hilarious, okay? I don't know what it is. about them, okay, that makes them think, that anybody would ever be upset or, down or downtrodden over the things that they try to portray about people. But it's just hilarious to me. I mean, it really is. The only thing I got for Stefan is keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually laughing. I'm actually highly and thoroughly entertained by you. Okay. Like some of the things that come out of Stefan's mouth is just so fucking hilarious. Like he will literally sit there for 35, 40 minutes just to call me a bunch of bitches and a bunch of hoes and you're a bitch, you big bitch, you bitch. And it's just like, that's kind of like all you got, right? So I don't know like what else to say to Stefan or whatever, but listen, baby, have fucking at it. Okay. I'm not mad at you. I really don't give a fuck, okay, anymore how you feel or anything. But child, like it's just hilarious to me. Like it almost sounds like a broken record. Like, you just go back to like Groundhog Day. Y'all ever seen the movie Groundhog Day where they just wake up every day and it's the same motherfucking thing over and over again? It's like, okay, I guess, if, obviously I must have hurt your feelings, okay, as I've done to a couple of people that we're going to talk about today, right? It's much expected, for people to overreact, when they get disrespected by me, you know what I'm saying? And it's just because, I get tired of you talking shit and then I finally slap you back. And then you're like the victim all of a sudden, But, it is what it is. But all I can do is literally fucking laugh at you, okay? Like I ain't even got no anger. I'm not even mad because this shit is super duper hilarious, okay? So yeah, keep at it. Have at it, Stephanie, okay, Gitano. Go ahead and have at it. And, we'll see what goes from there. Maybe you'll get a Netflix deal like Breaking did, right? I don't know, right? But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got for you. I don't know, right? I go to bed at night. I actually go to sleep so I can get up and be productive during the day. So, going live and talking about you all night long. And the only thing I have is that you're a bitch and that you're a hoe, I don't have any other evidence of anything. Like, I don't know. Okay. I don't know if that floats your boat, if that makes your life easier, listen, I am all for it. Okay. I'm all for it. But just know that when you talking about me and you summoning me to like panels and all this shit, I'm in the bed. I'm asleep. Okay. All right. Just so you know, all right. You should try it sometime. But I know, I get it. I know the stings of Tpri, and the things that I say that are so true actually hurt so bad that, these are the things and these are the kinds of activities, that you have to, engage in. But it's all good. It is what it is. Moving right along, let's go ahead and talk about breaking the culture real quick, okay? Because, child, listen, girl, okay? I know, okay? And I'm gonna pull up something real quick. Let me present my screen for this. Because, girl, I get it, right? I get it. I get that, you have gone so motherfucking far with your bullshit, right? In disrespecting me, disrespecting my family, lying on the likeness of my family, and many people, and even going as far as projecting, your real life onto me. You have done this for about almost 2 years now, right? In a 2-year period, okay, I want to show you what I've done because I want you to understand what actually happened here. And I just wanted to make sure you guys can see it. Let's go to the podcast. So let's go to the Andrea Garrison podcast, the Vixen Chronicles, right? Because there's a reason why there's as many videos in this list, this podcast, as possible. There's actually only about 6, I think 5 actual Vixen Chronicles videos, okay, in here. But the rest of these videos are responses to breaking the culture, okay? So let's take a look at like this list real quick. This one right here is Set the News. Let's address Breaking and Star uninterrupted. Okay. This is kind of the beginning of when things started to fall apart with us publicly with people. Okay. And then this one right here is Discussing Star Show, where we were, discussing this again. This one right here is there beef between me and Tpri? Breaking the culture and Tpri, who actually created the void, right? I mean, this again, I'm trying to show you here, Breaking, so that you can stop making an idiot of yourself. I'm trying to show you the timeline of this actual Vixen Chronicles podcast, okay, with 57 videos in it, right? All of these videos are literally response videos from either myself and Shakim, which these two videos, well, this video here and this video right here are me and Shakim actually responding to Breaking, okay? And then this one right here is also a response to Breaking. So I want you to understand, Breaking, that I played your videos in these videos along with my responses, okay? So even though you take your videos down so that you can try to rewrite history, right? And you can try to pretend that you were some type of victim of people, right? No, what I did was put you in real time, okay, on this Vixen Chronicles playlist, okay? I put you in real time of you not only going live on your channel, but also going over to the church sector and talking those same lies about me, about my kids, and everything else that you did. And I put this in sequence, right? And then I started showing what really happened with the void and the infamous Zoom calls that we had, right? Because you were lying about all those things too. So again, everything that's in here is a response to you, okay? Then right here, this in particular was The Secrets of a Dungeon Girl, right? Where you were telling the sector that I was on some website selling pussy, okay? And I was saying, show the evidence of this. And I went on for a couple of days telling you and demanding from you the evidence of me doing and prostituting online, right? Which you never produced. And it's been 2 years, okay? Now, then we go on and we talk about how you still wanted to smoke. So let's go ahead and cook this bitch. Again, this is a response video to your video that is playing within the video. Okay, so even though your videos are removed, right? You take them down because, like, again, you want to rewrite history, right? No, ma'am. I captured all of those videos in these videos, okay? So that you cannot say that you are some victim of me, that I'm just picking on you, that I'm just coming for you, because it's not true. It's just not true. This is why nobody takes you seriously. Nobody serious takes you seriously, okay? Now, here we go with this, because this is when you started saying that I was lying to the sector about you having these other children, that let me see your transcript was lying to the sector about you having children that you claim didn't exist, okay? And so that's when we started going to the Breaking the Culture custody woes, right? Let's analyze these interviews, because there were a couple of interviews that were had with people that are raising said children that you claim don't exist, okay? And then we went on through that. You were telling everybody that, as you guys like to say, right, when things don't go your way, y'all love to say, oh, Tpri's just being paid by somebody. Because what you said at this time, Breaking, was that D Derell was paying me to go after you. Doesn't that sound familiar, y'all? Don't that sound familiar? Where now Ray Triggs is paying me to go after all, this. That's just nuts how you guys do this pocket watching in this sector, but you change it based off of whether or not the person agrees with you or not. You understand what I'm saying? Like before it was Derell being accused of this, now it's Triggs, right? Funny. It can't be that, I'm just coming back for you because you kept coming for me and my family, right? and lying on the family. That's the part right there, right? Because like I told you, Breaking, every time you lie on me and lie on my daughter and my kids and all that stuff, I have the truth about you. That's the difference. This is why I don't need to get emotional and cry and beg the sector to believe me and force them to believe me. I don't have to do any of that because every single one of these videos, right, was proof and actual substantiated receipts that prove every single thing that I said about you. Okay? Every single thing that I fought you on where you were lying on me, every single one of these things is in here. Okay? We even went down to when you had lied on Ray Triggs, right? And tried to rope me in that shit, right? And then how you were exposed like a bald-headed stepchild. And then how Triggs had to ether your ass for lying, right? But you're telling everybody that I'm the liar. But yet, what you don't understand, and apparently you must not have watched enough of this, right, to know, is that every single one of your videos lying, okay, is what's in this Vixen Chronicles and what has been broken down and what has been proven as facts with actual evidence, with actual receipts, okay? So again, it's not that I want to pick on you because I don't, right? I really don't need to talk about you at all. But it's the fact that you keep coming for me and you've been doing it since day one. And when I clap back at you, you can't take the fucking heat, right? You can't take the heat because the heat is actually real, right? It's not no fake flames, no phony flames, you know, them fake ass fireplaces and shit that don't really produce. No, it's real, right? Everything that I say, and I want you to understand as well, what the two things that the Vixen Chronicles does. Not only does it show in chronological order that I was responding to you for your bullshit, right? That I was the one being attacked by you for your bullshit, right? But it also shows how much you have tried to literally project your real life and what has really happened to you, what has really happened with your children, what really happened with your mother onto me. It literally shows it. Like it shows it with actual receipts and actual evidence. Okay. That is the beauty of the Vixen Chronicles. Okay. Because it is so raw, it is so real, it is so rugged, and it shows in real time what happened between me and you. So you can try to play this victim game and this victim role and act like all my children are in protective custody against a mother and all this other bullshit that you're doing. But at the end of the day, you have no proof or evidence of anything like that because that has never happened. But when it comes down to you and your actual proof, your actual facts, what really happened in your real life, it has been documented by your own words, with your own videos, with your own evidence, sweetheart. It just is what it is. But like I said, when you walk on the side of righteousness as opposed to just lie roasting and lying and making up shit, the universe pulls it all around for you. There ain't nothing you got to do. So I don't have to do anything extra. I don't have to do all this extra stuff and keep going live and keep talking about. I don't have to do any of that. But I promise you, right, that when I have time, right, and if I ever want to reach down in my purse because your bitch ass is still out here slinging mud on the name of my children and in my family, and things that actually happen to you, you're trying to project onto me publicly. If I find that, and if I feel like dragging you with something that's true about your life, don't be mad about it, okay? Don't be mad about it. You are absolutely entitled to continue lying, continue making up stories, whatever that's what you feel. If it makes you feel better that, somehow, some way, I'm also in the same boat as you. If that makes you feel better, have at it. I promise you. But I promise you as well that when I slap you with the actual truth, understand why. Okay? Because I've already told you, every time you lie on me, I can tell the truth about you. Okay? And the truth about you is so much worse than any lies I could ever make up about you. Like I said, I wish some of this stuff was actually made up, but it's not. It's the truth. And I know, it hurts to sit alone and in your bullshit, but that's not my fault. It just isn't. But again, if every time you lie on me, expect a truth bomb to come out about you. And that's just what it is. And if you want it to go back and forth and on, and the only lie you can tell is I got raped by my grandfather and my daughter is the product of this rape and all this other shit. If these are the only lies you can tell, okay, then so be it, sweetheart. But know and believe that your truth will be coming out sometime in the near future with that, okay? Whenever I get time and whenever I decide to, okay? And that's just that. Now, we're moving on from you as well because, child, I want to enjoy the rest of my Sunday, and I definitely wanted to get into these D Derell little receipts real quick before I do go. Let me see here. Now, Derell has been saying basically that, that I turned my back on him, I disrespected him, I did all this shit to him, right? And I'm like, I didn't do anything to him, right? The only thing I did was do what I've always done, and that's be a content creator and give commentary on the things going on in the sector, right? I have not always been favorable to everybody in the sector, even people that I fuck with, right? There's people that, be in the chat that, I might say something that you might not agree with, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to say it, okay? There's people that are content creators that I fuck with, but that doesn't mean I'm in agreement with everything that you say. I just might say, no, I don't agree with this, and then give you the reasons, right? I might not argue about it and talk a bunch of shit and call you out your name, but I'm definitely going to tell you about yourself if I feel like you're wrong, okay? I have done this, and I've had a history of doing this in the sector. This is exactly why some people really can't stand me, because I literally will open my mouth and tell you how I feel, okay? I've gotten a little better with that over the years, but at the same time, I will tell you how I feel about some shit, right? Especially if I feel like what you're doing is absolutely egregious. Now, here's the thing that I think D Derell is missing, and I'm going to tell him exactly why we have a problem, sir, okay? I've told you before, and I'm going to prove it to you today, why I said you and I have an issue. Hold on, let me light up my shit. So I fought a lot with you on the side, alongside of you, Derell, with a lot of shit that you've been through when it comes to the AFWs, right? I've definitely been there on your side with a lot of this shit, probably since the beginning, okay? And even when we had first fell out a couple years ago, I still never went against you when it came to when it came to Rev G and all that shit. I still had your back, but I was not fucking with you, but I wasn't fucking with them. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I never did that because based off of what I knew and the things that I knew, I seen you go through the most shit when it comes to them, when it comes to the doxing, when it comes to all the shit, right? Up until recently, I've seen you go through the most shit. Now, in the past year or so, of course, I've seen Carrie Ann deal with shit. I've seen, other people, myself, some other people deal with some real crazy shit with them. But ultimately speaking, in the beginning of it all kind of started with you against them, okay? And I had your back, Derell. I really did. I had your back. And I mean, I can't say I still do because I really ain't fucking with you. But, if it really came down to it, and if I had to choose a side, I damn sure wouldn't choose the AFWs, okay? But here's the thing. The problem that I'm having with you right now, it ain't got nothing to do with Triggs. It ain't got nothing to do with drama. It ain't got nothing to do with any of that. You are welcome to feel whatever you want to feel about them niggas, right? You're welcome to give commentary on it if that's what you want to do. It's not what you do, it's how you do it, right? It's the way that you went about it, Derell. Okay. Like you literally came out here throwing docs information out that you know came from the side of the AFWs, right? Even if it didn't come from anti or if it didn't come from Rev G, it still came from that camp, okay? It was the fact that you were so willing to jump out the window and cape for this whole situation, and then you really didn't have any real reason because niggas was asking you like, what's really going on here? You know what I'm saying? Why are you really in your bag about Triggs? You never could come with a real response about it, right? It was just always, oh, he's doing all this stuff behind the scenes and he's doing all these terrible things to everybody, but you never had an answer for why. Like, you know, what exactly it was that he was doing. You never had any evidence of any of these things. You just kept saying it, right? And so I told you how disappointed in you I was. Now, let me go ahead and go to your channel real quick. Let's go to your channel real quick. Because like I said, we're going to show the timeline of this. Because like you be trying to act like, you know, you innocent in situations. Okay. Now let's go ahead and let's go down a little bit to about a month ago. Okay. You did a show called Sector Check-In Open Panel. Okay. And on this video here is where you were talking about Ray Triggs. Okay. You were talking about Triggs. You were showing video of pictures of Laquan Fisher. You were showing like doxed information of Laquan Fisher and all this other stuff. And just kind of like going along with this whole idea that the AFWs have been trying to push along about Laquan Fisher, right? AKA who they claim is Ray Triggs. Okay. Now, if, like I said, if you got an issue with him or whatever, you're welcome to that. But it was the idea and what you were doing and how you were doing it. It was you putting up videos and putting up photos and stuff. Let me show you what you were doing, right? Like, you know, going through the whole thing, showing pictures, going through the whole channel itself. You understand what I'm saying? Like you were like really going in and using docs information as if these same people and this same group of people didn't try to, you know, hem you up just a couple months prior to that, right? That was the part that really got me. That was the part that I didn't quite understand. And that was the part that I responded to. So after this video here, let's go ahead and let's stop that screen. After that video here, Carrie then went live, okay? And she did a live stream, and I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of that live stream because I want you guys to hear what I actually said directly after that video that D Derell did with, you know, talking about Laquan Fisher and all this stuff about Laquan, okay? I want y'all to see exactly what I really said. And you can hear what Carrie said, but I want y'all to hear what I said, right? Because according to D Derell, you know, I was disrespectful to him. I was disrespecting his wife and his family and his kids, and I did all this shit to him, right? So let's go ahead and let's listen in. Let me go ahead and pull up a little bit because she was playing music.
You can't make a single sentence post without spelling half the words wrong. And a nigga telling me he ain't gonna go back to the old him, like he doing me a favor, like I ain't embarrassed and drag the old him too. You know, I don't know if niggas getting a misremembering shit or whatever, but I just felt like I need to go live and address some of the nonsense and foolishness I heard come out this man's mouth today. Let me go grab my tea, y'all, because I'm struggling. Give me a second. Buzzy, you not gonna say nothing? You not gonna say hi to the people? You wanna go outside, love me? He started calling him Ike Turner. And what? Okay, yeah, I heard so much pandemonium coming out of D Derell's mouth. I ain't gonna be on here for long, but a nigga telling me I need to slow down. No, I'm gonna go ahead and speed up. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna lie and say you got receipts and emails from me like you did on Triggs and then refuse to show them? So you say I should slow down. What you gonna do if I don't slow down, D Derell? What the fuck you gonna do about it? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. Cause who you think you talking to? I'm sick of these men around here like LV and D Derell who think they can't be criticized. And instead of dealing with their own fucked up behavior and taking accountability like a man, they want to try to threaten me or intimidate me or humble me or bully up on me because of what I said about them instead of dealing with the issue at hand. I ain't scared of y'all goofy niggas. D Derell say he don't want to go back to the old him. I don't give a fuck because I roasted him too. When I first came in this sector, D Derell tried to disrespect me and tell me I ain't had no place in this sector. And I went on ahead and took it from him. I went on ahead and took my place in this sector from him. So who he think he talking to talk about the old him? I roast him too. So let's start there. I mean, am I mistaken? Or did this nigga disrespect me and end up learning not to fuck with me? And here's what I'm gonna need from these goofies like D Derell and LV, who I mention as much as I want to mention them. Anytime I want to mention them, I'm gonna mention them again. And it ain't really shit they could do about it. They could try to out-reason me with logic. They could ignore me. They could prove what I'm saying is a lie. But what they not gonna do is intimidate me out of saying what I have to say. Period. So if you don't want me repeatedly bringing up LV, the fact that you let somebody come on your panel and racially degrade the Black women in this sector, I suggest your really only option is not to let women come up on your panel and racially degrade the women in this sector, because I can assure you that if I had done something like that, your goofy ass would never stop bringing it up. So why should I stop bringing it up to you? Why? Oh, because I'm a woman and you're going to try to humble me and intimidate me? I'm going to say what I got to say, period. I got every much as right to speak on what goes in this sector as anybody else. And if you don't want nobody talking about the fuck shit you do, my advice would be stop doing fuck shit. So D Derell delusional, right? Saying shit like she's sticking up for Triggs, a nigga she don't even know and she ain't never met. I mean, last I checked, I don't know D Derell either. What is he talking about? I ain't never met D Derell. So when I was sticking up for D Derell, it was fine and A-okay. But when I'm sticking up for Triggs, it's a problem because I ain't met him. And then D Derell claiming he not coming back because he jealous of Triggs and the.
And see, that's my thing, right? It's like, you know, if I'm sticking up for Derell, he don't have no issue, right? And then you got people like Breaking will say like, oh, Derell paying her, right? Or Gates will say some stupid shit like that. Now that I'm disagreeing with Derell, now somebody else is paying me. Like, what the fuck?
Support he getting. So why is D Derell back? Why is he over here talking about this? He ain't came back for nothing else, but he back for this. And he is the one who brought up the fact that the women is loving on Triggs. And I'm going to tell you something. I personally am enjoying how much certain men are jealous of Triggs. I find it very amusing. It makes me want to pour gas on the fire. Because real talk, who expected Triggs to turn out handsome? I didn't see that coming. Did y'all? I was prepared for Triggs to be ugly. I think we all were. And just like when he showed the Maserati, it was all the much more appealing because he hadn't been saying anything about the Maserati. Like if he had this Maserati and he wasn't constantly bringing it up in conversation like some Dusties in the sector, and one day he just whipped out with it, that makes it way more of an accomplishment. Like, damn, you had a luxury car and you didn't even leave with it, or a sparse car, whatever. I don't know nothing about cars. I don't really care about cars, but you know what I'm saying? Just the fact that like he a good looking guy and he never mentioned it or led with it or cared about it. I don't know. And then like the other thing was they tried to turn the women in the sector against Triggs by showing us a video of him giving his daughter a car. Like women find these things attractive. Like what is you trying to make us like Triggs or hate him? Because I don't know. I'm confused by your messaging. She say, right, because if that's Triggs, child, I know, right? Like, I did not see that coming. You know what I'm saying?
So far, I don't really hear anything that she said that was out of pocket or that wasn't an opinion that she was given, right? I mean, she didn't like, so far I haven't heard anything crazy. So, but let's go ahead and keep going. Let's keep going.
At all. I want to know what's the outrage on black folks mad that the sector don't care, because they expect to be able to turn us against each other. That's just their expectation. And let me say this about goofies like D Derell and LV, because I'm putting them in the same category, and I want to be clear about something. These certain men, right, these weak leaders, right, these men who couldn't wait to tell me how much they was not going to protect the black woman or the image of the black woman, even though they made it clear they offer no protection to a woman they not immediately related to. And I haven't kept harping on that to them. I already knew that it's a lot of black men like them, which is why I don't live in the community. Like, it's no reason for me to keep harping it. They was just proving my points true about the lack of protection. So these men got so mad when I brought up the lack of protection, even though they the exact same men who refuse to protect. And when they say shit like, you should get a husband if you want to be attracted, and I say protected, and I'm like, so you wanted to be Saudi Arabia? Like, I got to be escorted by a man? You think that's a safe community? You don't think I'm wrong for saying you should make the community safer than that? They don't have no answers for that. All they know is what they not gonna do, and that's protect women. Right? But if I say they don't protect women, I hate them. They don't hate me for not protecting me. I hate them for saying that they don't protect me, even though it's true. All right, fine. I didn't keep bringing it up. They cry about it every chance they get. People like LV, they outraged that a black woman brought up protection and they lack of protection that they offer black women. Outraged. Can't stop whining about it. Even though ain't nobody tried to make them do it. If anything, I just thank them for proving my point true. Thank you for proving I didn't lie on you. Thank you for making it obvious I was telling the truth on you. Right? But they keep crying about it. Right? Then they keep lying and saying, I personally asked for protection. And I've explained many times, I'm talking about the image of the black woman. I'm talking about community violence. I'm not talking about me needing your protection online. I'm talking about you should be willing to offer it. And either they too stupid to understand or they just don't want to. And with LV, I really can't tell which one. He don't seem like the brightest guy, right? I don't know which one it is. If he pretended not to understand or he really just too dumb. I don't know. Right? I don't know. I'm not psychic.
That's the one, Carrie.
And I don't care enough to listen to him enough to try to figure it out. I don't care. Right? I call them weak, ineffectual males. They proved and then showed that they are. It's nothing more for me to try to figure out there. Like, they are what they are. But these same men, like D Derell and LV, even though they cry and complain about me pointing out the fact that they don't offer protection, even though it's true, they don't want to hear it from a black woman. They think we owe it to them not to mention these things, right?
I don't know where this part is in here.
But these same men complain about me beating their ass and fighting them and fucking humiliating them and getting it on with them. And it's like, how is you simultaneously gonna complain that I allegedly play the victim and I also bully you? Which one is it? Which one is it?
Okay, so
you mad at me because I pointed out how weak and ineffectual you are because you don't offer protection.
The other one.
because allegedly, according to D Derell, I'm always begging for protection. But if I'm always begging for protection, how is I'm also the one you mad is offering protection to Triggs and offering protection to you? And will tell you when I think you're wrong and you being weak and a bad leader. How can I be both? How? Oh, but when you attacking the sister, it don't have to make sense because it's certain men like LV and D Derell, they think that they should be able to bully Black women into silence. If we say something's wrong with the community and the answer isn't that the white man's the devil, the answer is that a Black man should be doing better, they feel they should be able to bully us out of saying things like that. We shouldn't be able to ask anything of them. And I'm not going. I'm just not. D Derell jumping up to be the first in line to help box Triggs by arguing all the reasons why that has to be him when Triggs is making the argument that it's not him.
Okay, so I see what happened here. So this is the
in
one.
my
Let me
opinion,
stop
off
this
code.
This is the one, Carrie, that you did 2 weeks ago. Okay, so this wasn't the actual response to it. This was the one you did a couple weeks ago. It was after, but this one I'm about to show is the one that you did right after the show. Okay, you did two, but you did one directly after the show, and it was this one I'm about to show because this is the one that I came up on the panel. So let me go ahead and take this one down. All right, and then I'm going to share this one here. Because that's the video you did and nobody came on the panel for that one. But this is where I actually came on the panel and I said what I said. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show y'all what I said, okay? And we're going to see if I was disrespecting him, if I was calling him out of his name and all this other shit that he decided to do. Let's see if that really happened. Because that's what he did. But she was definitely cooking in that other video too. So let's go ahead and play this. Let me back it up just a little bit because I want you guys to hear the context of what she was saying. Now, this one was done on August the 4th, okay, which is the same day that D Derell did his video on Triggs.
Another Black man? Fuck you, D Derell. You a goofy ass nigga.
This was the day that this is what he responded to when it came to me and Carrie.
Nigga that had months and months where Triggs was up here doing his card games, doing his thing, all the time in the world to criticize Triggs on any of his shows, his lifestyle, the way he carry himself as a man, anything that's like based off them going man to man. But he can't have no man to man fight. He needs the other man to be shot already, stabbed already, attacked already. And now all of a sudden he think beating on a man in that position make him some type of gladiator. That's why he be down in the basement while his wife go to work now. Then we come to D Derell. Where D Derell been? That nigga ain't been around here. That nigga ain't been around here. How come when we having all these fun little spades games and we roasting, right? We these AFWs done launched several attacks. We just ignored these goofies and kept it moving. It's all this shit going on in the B sector. You could have been using the B sector as a new audience for your goofy manosphere content. You could have been a leader in any number of ways. You wasn't interested in none of that. You wasn't interested in none of the growth. You wasn't interested in none of the games. You wasn't interested in none of the potential. Nothing. But when you see another Black man get doxxed the same way you did, only what came out about you and your family is way worse than what came out about Triggs. Way worse. What they say, your wife beat your daughter in the face with a fly swatter? and we stood by you, and you can't extend that same grace to another black man, fuck you, D Derell. You a goofy ass nigga. What you talking about? Somebody asked for my link. Let me drop this link. Because the link could be had, because all this weak shit is disgusting to me. I need these goofy old men who run away when their own records get brought up to not be coming slithering up around here running AFW talking points on us when somebody else's records get caught up. So if Kip want to talk about Trig still in the stereo, that's fine. But can we talk about your records first? Because your records came out months ago. Shouldn't we go in chronological order? Where they do that at? Where they do that at? He should be mad. He should be mad at himself. He should be mad at himself. If he spent half the time raising his son that he spent cupcaking with Shakim, his son would probably be somebody instead of a threat and a danger to the community. And if I'm wrong, tell me where I'm wrong. He could even now still be trying to help his son build a bridge to the future. That man still got to be alive. He done did these horrible crimes, but you should still be being a father to that man. But nah, you don't want to talk about that. You don't want to talk about what you really know about raising a sex offender son and helping him get his life together. That would be some decent content. Somebody might be able to grow from that and learn from that if you was that type of man, but you're not that type of man. You a punk. You a failure. You a coward. Hey, Tpri.
Hey, what's going on?
Girl, I'm in my bag. These niggas got me sick up here running these fucking plays, AFW plays against each other. I'm disgusted, girl. I'm disgusted.
I'm not going to hold you, you know, as somebody that's been around this sector for as long as I have, and I've been in the trenches with Derell. I've been in the trenches with the good guys. I've watched how, you know, these AFWs have done these same things over and over again. I've watched them turn people who were, you know, like staunch supporters of each other, right? Like staunch supporters of each other, right? Against one another. I've watched them take and be talking crazy about Stargate just to turn her on D Derell, right? And use, you know, certain things and play on her psyche and play on her mind to get her to turn on these people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I've seen that happen. And I'm disappointed. Like, I really fuck with The Godfather. Y'all know I do.
Yeah.
But I'm really disappointed with this because it is clear that the same people that tried these same things against you, against Derell, against me, against many, many people in this sector, right, are now trying this against who they're claiming is Triggs. And again, I'm still not convinced that that's him. Right. I know Derell tried to say, you know, he knows for a fact just based off of whatever somebody gave him behind the scenes or somebody showed him. But at the end of the day, like, I looked into some things myself, you know what I mean? Because they're dropping information for us to look at. Right. So as I'm looking, I'm still with y'all got the wrong person. Now, I can't say that he doesn't know these people or doesn't know something about these people, but he never told y'all that's his house. You know what I'm saying? Like, he never said that.
Right.
As a matter of fact, he went to a truck yard that day where there were multiple trucks parked, and he showed two or three of his own trucks. So whatever picture even that they're showing of this other truck, you know, that could be anybody's truck because there was a lot of trucks at that truck yard, you know. And there's a lot of such areas and such things in Atlanta. Okay, so again, I'm not convinced that that is him. Right. But even if it was, like the things of the people that are fighting the hardest and the loudest against him are the biggest criminals, right?
Right.
Like they have
Right.
much worse backgrounds than Laquan would ever dream of, right?
Right.
And it just is what it is. But at the end of the day, I'm disappointed just because, like I said, it's the same people, it's the same tactics, And I stood up for Derell many times, right?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really did, even if other people thought he was wrong, right? Even if other people felt like he was wrong, and I don't regret that. I still
Right.
think the things that I stood up for him were correct.
Me
But
too. Me too.
this
Let me
right
say that too.
here is,
Me too.
it's
Right.
just, it's disappointing because, I feel the same way about Triggs in this situation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't feel like he's wrong. And here we go with our Godfather actually fighting this. And I don't really know why, because I haven't seen Triggs. I've never seen him. And correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody point me in the direction where Triggs has actually doxed anybody out here. Now, he has talked a lot of shit, right?
Right.
Put people's pictures up and, did all kinds of distorted things to people's pictures and shit like that. That's how he did that to me too, right?
Yeah,
Like, okay.
Right.
But at the end of the day, he never doxed me, right? He
Right.
never doxed any dead family members. He never talked about sexual abuse to me or
Right.
any of those crazy things. Like, he never did anything deviant like that, right? So I'm not mad at him over these silly little roasts, right? I talked my shit about him.
Me neither.
You know what I'm saying? Everything, right? I've dragged the shit out of him, and he dragged the shit out of me. But it wasn't to the level that it was so disrespectful and so vile that I couldn't fuck with him, right? He never talked about my kids, you know what I mean, or nothing, So I don't have no beef with this nigga.
Well,
right?
and I've never seen him do that to anybody else. I have seen Triggs support and protect multiple different people in this sector and the sector as a whole. A lot of people in the sector are defending Triggs because Triggs deserves it.
Exactly. Like, it ain't even, it ain't for no other reason. Like, he's really not been that bad of a person. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, compared to some of the other things that I've seen in this sector, he's never taken part in any of that, right? Now, I heard about the whole, let's just to be fair, right? So we can cover all sides, right? I've heard about, him, working with Poe Derek to get Anti's information, right?
Yeah.
Now, if that's true, because I don't have any evidence of that, right? But if that is true, then here's the thing. I'm not sure why that would be a problem, considering how much she has done against the people of this sector, right?
Yeah.
This is the woman, she's kind of like the Wicked Witch of the West, right? She's that person that everybody wants to stop, you know what I mean? To stop from doing all the stuff she's done and the egregious things that she's done to people in this sector. So if he took part in that, I mean, my hat off to him. I don't got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Right. But he's not running around here doxing people and looking up people's information, doxing people's family members, doxing people's friends, right? Doxing people's employees or whatever. He's not doing any of this stuff. That is what they're doing. And they've been doing this shit for years. So nobody should be jumping out the window in agreement with any of this unless you're on that side, right? It's not anything personal either, right? I still ain't got no problem with D. I ain't got no problem with P or any of the people that are trying to run down this rabbit hole. But at the end of the day,
I'll get over
if y'all want to, if y'all want, I just want to say this one thing, and I'm gonna hop down.
Okay, go ahead,
if y'all want to keep doing that, that's fine. But I would suggest y'all do a lot more research, right? Like, this person is literally giving you guys breadcrumbs that are so easy to open up and see that clearly they're also running around looking for different things and they don't know what they're talking about. But it's so easy to see it. It's just up to you to decide if you want to go look into it, right? But y'all got the wrong guy. Y'all got the wrong guy. And it is what it is. But shout out to Laquan. Anyway, I'll talk to you, girl.
Thank you.
Let me get off here before I say way too much. I'll talk to you.
Hey, Chad G.
I mean, I don't know about y'all, right? But do y'all find what I said is disrespectful? Like, I don't feel like what I said in response to what Derell did as disrespecting him. I didn't say anything about his wife. I didn't say anything about his family. I didn't call him out his name. I didn't call him burnt cheeks. I didn't say nothing crazy about how he looked. Nothing. I just simply talked about how it's nuts that he would be in bed with the AFWs doing AFW dirty work, right? Like, how are you going to use the same tactics from the same people that use these same tactics against you and your family? I think that's reasonable. I think that anybody that's really trying to look out for a motherfucker would actually say that shit, right? Especially if you're publicly doing it and you had done it for a period of time at this point. Let me show you, right? Because what we're not going to do is pretend that you are some victim, Derell, right? That's not what we're going to do. We're not going to do that, right? We're not in those games. We're going to go ahead and look at your page and see how much you were going off on this Laquan person without even really knowing whether or not it is Triggs. And even if you did know that it had been Triggs, what would have you so disturbed about this man that had you doing AFW bidding? That's what I'm trying to say, right? Because see, when you made this video in response to me, which I'm about to show you in a second, I'm going to show you the timeline of how you did that, right? Before that, this is what you were talking about prior to that. You were talking about the check clearing with Kit. Now that you're saying that it was a lie, right? But you're talking about the check clearing with Kit. And then this is the video where you actually talked about Triggs and you were showing all those pictures and videos and stuff. And then Carrie did her video right after that, okay? And then she did another video where I hit the panel, okay? That was my response and answer to you. I didn't disrespect you. I just gave you a simple opinion. I gave you an opinion that I thought was, adult-like. I thought I had a clear head. I thought I had a level head, and I wasn't snapping on you. I wasn't talking shit about you. Carrie was talking her shit, right? But this is what I mean when I tell you, Derell, that me and Carrie are not the same person. She has her own thoughts, and I have mine, right? I say the things that I feel. She is free to say the things that she feels. Sometimes we agree on things. Sometimes we don't. That's what friends do, okay? But at the end of the day, everything she feels and thinks doesn't mean that I feel and think the same thing. I felt what I felt, and I said exactly how I felt, okay? You then went on a campaign throughout the sector talking crazy about me, about Carrie Ann, about Hoodie, and everybody else that you were in disagreement with. I mean, you just snapped the fuck out, Derell, okay? You started going on Photon's panels. When's the last time you've been on a Photon panel? But you've been on Photon's panels, talking crazy up under people's clothes, talking about me being a whore, how I needed your money, all this other shit. That's what made me start dragging you about that money shit. Because you were running around the sector talking shit, okay? That's what happened, Derell. And then you continued on, and you went and started a series of videos of talking about this motherfucker every other fucking day, okay? Showing his pictures, just talking stupid, talking dumb, okay? And then you did the infamous Laquan Fisher email receipts and more roast on Adrian Johnson video, okay? And that's when I did, hold on, let me show you what I did. Hold on one second. I'm going to share my screen. I did this video, the D Derell receipts, a panel breakdown, okay? Again, I am a content creator, okay? And as you say in your video, in your response to this panel receipts breakdown that I did, right? You even said the reason why you had always dropped dimes on me and dropped bags on me is because I am a good content creator. you like the content. And so because you like the content, you paid for the content, right? So when the content is in disagreement with you, that means now that I'm a whore, I'm all of a sudden a slut, I'm all of a sudden doing all these things and all this other stuff. Like, listen, don't play with me. At the end of the day, I'm going to tell you how I actually feel about you, right? I'm not going to sit here and play and pretend and do all this stuff and act like I'm not judging you and all this other. You're going to know how I feel from the rip, okay, about whatever it is. Now, you can decide to tell me how you feel later, okay, or whatever. But yeah, you're going to know how I feel, okay? Maybe I would have felt much better and had a lot more respect if you had done that, okay? But since you didn't, right? And now I'm aware of how you really felt, then that's fine, okay? It's no love lost, and I'm not angry, I'm not mad. But what I'm letting you know is me telling you the truth about yourself does not warrant you and the disrespect that you gave. Because it wasn't just to me, okay? Now, Carrie, she went the fuck off on you. I ain't gonna hold you. She did, right? But Sexy Toy Lady did not. She looked at you sideways, right? Because of how sideways you are reacting, how sideways you are behaving, okay? And you were so in your feelings and in your emotions about somebody telling you the damn truth about yourself, right? Somebody telling you the facts about yourself, putting a mirror to your face and letting you know how retarded you look right now, right? While you're out here doing the bidding for Anti-Afro herself, even if you're not directly in bed and directly making deals with her. You are literally doing exactly what she wants you to do, right? Because now, if you try to put up any type of complaints about her in regards to any of this stuff, all she got to do is pull out all your receipts of how much you love this type of stuff. This is the type of stuff you pay for. These are the kinds of things that you do. That's what she's going to do. And that's what I was trying to tell you. But you being so emotional, so out of body and out of pocket, you decided to go ham because I had a receipt show to break down your alleged receipts, right? And your receipts weren't receipting. And you were so mad about those receipts not receipting that this is what you decided to do. You went and did a video on me talking about me.
The duplicitous nature of this motherfucking sector and the offline entanglements. And so motherfuckers want to know why I'm doing it. I do it because I fucking can and you can't. See why I'm
forward a little bit.
Motherfucker with a repossessed ass car want to fuck with the guy. These motherfuckers. Are you serious? When niggas, when shut out the Snoopy, Lady Snoop, because I had another friend of mine that said the same thing. D Derell, why are you slumming with some of these motherfuckers? This is what I was slumming with. Motherfucker who car got repossessed, you in your motherfucking 40s with 100 motherfucking kids, and you want to worry about the motherfucking godfather that was dropping you dimes. Better yet, the godfather damn near gave you a fucking down payment on a motherfucker. But guess what you doing?
That out because I told you guys. So what I'm doing, Derell, right? What I'm doing to you is I'm just not agreeing with you. That's what I'm doing. Because what I just showed is exactly that. I did not disrespect you. I did not come for you. I didn't come for your family, your wife, your looks, your finances. I didn't come for any of that stuff. I'm not sure why you felt like you needed to, compare yourself to a single Black woman as opposed to a married, allegedly rich man, right? I'm not sure why you were doing that. But again, this is what you felt the need to do because I simply told you this is crazy for you. And I didn't even say it in that way, that this is nuts for you to be in bed with the AFWs doing the very same work that they did to you. That is what I was trying to tell you. And this is your response to that. As a grown ass fucking man who's supposed to be a therapist, you're this fragile. You're this, this moved by this alleged slum, right? This alleged black woman that ain't shit, right? But yet you dropping dimes on an ain't shit bitch. Like, what's up with you? What does that say about you as a man, right? Who literally called yourself dropping enough money on me to put a down payment. I don't know what down payment I'd be putting down on, but to put a down payment down on some, I don't know what it would be, but yeah. And this is the money that you allegedly sent me. Okay. But I'm an ain't shit bitch. When did I become an ain't shit bitch? Was it once I disagreed with you? Right? Because I was cool up until literally I disagreed with you. So you don't have any room out here to be calling anybody a flip-flopper. You don't have room out here to be talking shit, talking crazy, or any of that. Okay? Because this is exactly what you do. When somebody goes against you, or when somebody disagrees with you as the quote-unquote godfather, because in your mind, you are such a failure in real life that you think that you really think you're the godfather out here, okay? In your mind, you really believe this title that you have. So, you really think that people should be bowing down to you and agreeing with every little thing you say. And as soon as they don't, this is your reaction. This speaks volumes about you, sir, not me, okay? And I was trying to help you the other day when I was on the panel, and you expected me to come up there and act all loud and scream and yell and cuss you the fuck out. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. You mad, okay? You are upset with me, okay? But I came up there to have a little bit of a conversation, and let's see if you were going to be man enough to have it. And you were not man enough to be quiet enough to listen and to hear what I had to say. Because if you were, and if you would stop being emotional and stop defaming my character with all these lies of me being a prostitute and needing money from you and all these other things you claim, right? As this rich man who has all these properties and money everywhere, right? Who can easily be sued in a defamation lawsuit. And it would be very easy to win because you're lying. Okay, yeah. That person. My thing is this. If I have anything that I want to say about you or about anybody, anywhere, I am entitled to do that as long as I can prove what I'm saying. If I'm running around here making up shit about you or lying about you like you've been doing to me, right? Then yeah, that's a completely different story. But if I'm giving commentary on something that you put out to the sector, that you decided to speak on, I don't know who the fuck died and made you boss and made you believe for even a second that either myself or anybody in this sector cannot have commentary regarding you. Because that clearly is what happened. Now, you made this video you made the timer for the video public like at least 2 or 3 days before you did the video, okay? And the day that you did the video, I did a response video to you before you could even go live. I'm going to show you that video, Derell, because I'm going to be fair. I made a response video to you before you went live. And that video I did, let me show you the date of that video. Hold on, let me go to it. When I did that video, I basically broke down exactly everything that you was going to say in this video because I knew that you were going to be doing the video. So you can't say that I went live and just started talking shit on you and all this. No, no, no. I made a message, a special message for the Godfather that I don't owe you shit. I said that because again, you were running around the sector crying to Photon and bitch made niggas like Kip, who, you were apologizing to Kip and all this other bullshit, over your bullshit, right? And over your lies and over your shit, right? And over you, and your alleged evidence of being jealous over Triggs, right? You doing all that. You decided to do a quote unquote video of response to me. Okay. Now, this was again after you were talking all this shit. Sexy Toy Lady had her show. I was in the chat and I was talking with her. I had been talking with Carrie, a couple other places. But this was again after you blew up on me for me giving my opinion about you and my opinion about your receipts, which were not receipts. That's just what it was. I didn't lie. I didn't make that up. I didn't talk shit to you. I didn't talk about your family. I didn't talk about any of that. I just simply put on there my opinion about your receipts, and my guest panelists gave their opinion about your receipts. And that's what that was. And then next thing I knew, you were making a video in response to me. And so I did this video. Let me share my with this. It's coming up now. The D Derell, I don't owe you shit, okay? And I basically broke down everything that you were going to try to come with for me because you felt like you needed to. I said you were going to call me a slut and a hoe. I said that you were going to call me a hold on, let me go. Yeah, I said that you were going to call me a hoe and a slut. I said that you were going to say I'm not a banker. And I said that it was something else you were going to say. I don't remember what it was, but everything I said in this video, you literally went live that night and said those fucking things. You said all of the things that I said you were going to say. And I said you were so fucking predictable. It's not even funny. I guarantee this is what you're going to say because you don't really have anything on me. So the only thing you can do is come up with breaking the culture's bullshit and what Stargate says and, just go from there. And that's exactly what you did. And you did more. You actually talked about my finances and, you compared yourself to me. You did all those motherfucking things that I absolutely said that you were going to do. So Derell, I'm not lying about any of that shit. Okay. I literally told you exactly what you were going to say, how you were going to say it. I told you that, I'm not disrespecting you. That, I don't have no beef with you or anything like that, but I got to tell you the truth. And you went berserk on me. You literally fucking did. Just like the last time with that whole breaking the culture thing, right? I had never, ever accused you of doing anything. I just said that the fucking video you had done was crazy. It was inappropriate. I said it along with everybody else, right? But you felt some type of way about that. And then wanted to go off on me and all this shit. And then, it was like, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and interview her and let her come up and talk. And she talked her talk, but not one of us agreed with her on that thing. We just didn't, okay? But you went off and felt some kind of way because I had an opinion. Because my opinion doesn't match up with yours, right? And if my opinion doesn't match up exactly with what your opinion is, somehow that's quote unquote disrespect. My father didn't raise me like that. You understand what I'm saying, Derell? He raised me to have my own mind, okay? To be able to think, for myself. That's one thing I pride my dad on. Even with him being a witness, he still allowed me to think for myself. You understand? There were certain things, of course, I had to do, but I definitely had the ability to be a free thinker, okay? And to be able to ask questions. And when I asked my dad questions, he would have healthy debates with me, conversations with me to break down, why, this is the theory he has. And then I could answer to him why this is the theory I have, right? And that's really what I'm used to. I'm not used to somebody, browbeating me into what I'm supposed to believe and think. I'm not into that. That's not me. I've never been like that with anybody. And I don't know why you would think I would do that with you. You should have learned that from before. But this time around, you acting like it's some hellacious shit, some crazy shit I've done. Like, I haven't done anything to you, Derell. It's in your fucking head. Literally, it's in your motherfucking head. Okay. At the end of the day, like you, like break in, like fucking Stefan. Okay. When y'all motherfuckers come and lie roast me, I hit you with fucking truth, and the truth fucking hurts. Like it just is what it is at this point. Okay. But yeah, I ain't got to lie on y'all. Okay. And that's just that. Let me go ahead and go through the comments, and then I am going to enjoy the rest of my Sunday, child. It's still early in here. Miss Thang says, is laughing at Stephanie. He said, nothing I heard in that clip was disrespectful. Thank you. I was just simply giving an opinion. That was it. I didn't disrespect him. I didn't talk about his wife. I didn't talk about his family. I didn't do any of that. Now, Carrie was talking about him, but that's not me. You got to stop, grouping us together somehow. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them. Like they got this kindergarten mindset that, two grown-ass women are looping together and grouping together. And, I only think because what she thinks and she only thinks what I think and all this other stupid shit. Y'all sound so dumb. At the end of the day, both me and Carrie, and I was trying to tell Derell this the other day, both me and Carrie have very different opinions about the Laquan Fisher character, okay? She thinks that that's really Triggs. I don't think it's Triggs, right? I still don't think it's Triggs. I think it's somebody he knows, but I don't think it's him, right? She thinks it's him. That's a very big difference between the way we think, okay? But that doesn't mean we got to be fighting and pulling each other hair because we don't believe the same fucking shit. Like, what the fuck? Y'all some fucking weirdo children, kindergartners ass type niggas, man. You said nothing disrespectful, and he knows that. Exactly. He's just very sensitive, right? You can't be told anything. Like, if you're told something, you act like it's like really a problem. It's not a fucking problem, bro. That's what the fuck I said to you, period. I don't know what the fuck you mad about. You said the way that you said you disagree was nasty work, okay? He said, isn't he the therapist? All of a sudden, he doesn't understand. Right, exactly. You teach your members, your patients, this every single day with how to, use certain techniques to, to kind of go to a different space or do different things so that you're not just your mind not wandering to all these other weird ass ideas and thoughts and shit. Like, you teach your people this every day, bro. This is something you do. So why do you come here with this stupid shit? You said Derell sounded so stupid and giddy. He was hysterical. Yeah. You said he is supposed to be more educated than the person is hanging around. He's hanging around the business person. Make it make sense. Right. Hey, make a change. Appreciate you. You said Tpri, you did disrespect D Derell. You didn't tell him how handsome he is. How dare you, Tpri? And I was running around saying how sexy Laquan is. Shit. I mean, he is. Mm-hmm. But I don't owe none of these niggas shit. Like, period. I don't know what the fuck Derell is talking about, but like it does seem like that, right? Because it's like, why are you really upset? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't cuss you out. I didn't talk shit about you, but I broke down the receipts, right? And like I didn't think that the receipts were receipted. Like, that's just what it is. You said entire situation doesn't make sense to me. It really does not. And as long as he's emotional and all in his feelings and putting pictures of everybody on his thumbnails and all this other shit and talking shit and dragging and looking stupid, I mean, and get 30 likes, I mean, okay, you know what I'm saying? That's cute. That's fine. You said Derell trying to be accepted is sad. That is not a leader. He didn't even raise the standard. He jumped in the mud pit, not leadership behavior. Exactly. You said, wait, what'd he say? Child. He said he talking about offline entanglements. Girl, child. Hey, damn my opinion. You said something he knows much about, as do we all, Clark. Okay? You said when people try to throw in your face what they did for you just because you disagree. Yeah, that's some like real nasty motherfucking work right there. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, anything that Derell has sent me, like anyone else in the sector, it has been appreciated, right? But it's kind of like comes with the territory of being a content creator. People send you, little gifts. They send you little cash apps. They send super chats. I've gotten it all. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten Venmos. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten Zelles, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. Not Venmos, but Zelles, and stuff like that. So I'm not really sure, how I'm supposed to react to that. You know what I'm saying? I guess when you get your first super chat, maybe you're like a little excited about it. But once you keep getting, like cash apps and super chats and stuff like that, you're really grateful for it, but you're not like, oh my God, like, it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really sure why this is such a big deal to people in this sector. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know, but yeah, it's the throwing shit in my face, like as if what you did was so extra special or different from anyone else or what anyone else has done. You know what I'm saying? Like you really haven't done anything that anyone else hasn't done. Like that's just the truth. You can be mad about it all day, but it is what it is. You said VS speaks worldly. It is so interesting how they never look in their own mirrors. Okay. You said I'm sending cash apps, but not having a signed contract doesn't mean much. I mean, if you are not an employee or can say what you want, you can say what you want. I know I stay in the clouds a lot. Woo, air usually fresher. Okay. Right. He said all the time Tpri stood up for Derell because she was standing on business, but he thought he purchased her. It's sad. Yeah, like I don't even understand why he would even think that. He said, I can't wait until the others disagree with him. Stefan is going to be classic. Oh yeah, shout out to Pillsbury tonight. He's supposed to go live, y'all, and drag anti. I don't know if he's really going to do that or not, but shout out to Pills. I fuck with Pills. He said they've talked about him before. I'm gonna get his link and put it in the chat. He said, Miss Thanks, I agree. You said what? You said he defended you against that narrative. Right. You said, Carrie, it's your fault also. You called him ugly. You know he comes to YouTube for validation. How dare you, Carrie? How dare you? He said, make a change. No, it's everybody else's fault for not telling him. Oh, child. He said, let me fuel up. Okay. He said, it's crazy that Derell thought any woman in the sector besides living life would be cool with him cheering on people trying to get Triggs locked up over YouTube beef. It's just nuts. Like anybody would be wanting to even go along with that shit for even 10 seconds. It's absolutely fucking nuts to me. Hold on 1 second, guys. I want to get the Pillsbury show for tonight. And then I'm actually about to get off. All right, let's get the Pills show. Because Pills is supposed to go live tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain. I don't know what time it is. You know what I'm saying. 9 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Western or Pacific time. All right, so... Shout out to Pills. He be having the shows. All right. It's called The Blackout featuring Shock Him Raw. AMS is irrelevant. Brooke did me wrong. So I want y'all to go over there tonight. Hold on, y'all. My bad, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. We're about to be done anyway. But I just want to put this in the chat. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right, y'all make sure that y'all go over to Pillsbury because that is the show for tonight that he'll be doing. All right. Yeah, guys. So that's pretty much all I got for all of these Negroes. Okay, I ain't really about to get into all this shit with them. They just in their feelings. It just is what it is. You said VS speaks worldly that way. You said quickly, LOL. You said it's so true, Tpri, and I feel differently about a lot of things. That's why I like her. Yeah, because like I can fuck with somebody who don't have to be an echo chamber for me, right? Like sometimes I might need to see the error in my ways, or I might need, somebody to like validate what I'm saying by even telling me something different. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, no, well, let me show you why I said this. And then, we come to an understanding of things. That's kind of the dialogue that I'm used to. And that Carrie and I have that kind of dialogue with each other. But yeah, that's definitely true. You said the men have some strange mentality, and do, St. Ambrose, definitely do. And thank you for coming in today. You said, I'm not understanding why we all have to turn our backs on Triggs. And I repeat, if that is him, I don't get that point of all this. Everyone else that has been asked is still in the YouTube hall. Exactly. That's what I don't understand is like, they even have Al Lanier on their fucking panels. Like, come on now. He said, VS speaks really. I don't either. He said, Pills is not going to do anything to anti. I think he just made the thumbnail for attention. It's possible. It's possible. You said, why do we need to know the TMF Triggs is? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You said, Stephanie Collins, we don't, but somehow the men do. Yeah, they want us to look at his face and all this other weird shit. You said, no one can give me a straight, clear answer. Hold on, y'all. Oh, thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate it. You said, no one can give me a straight answer, a straight, clear answer on what he did that made all this necessary. I think that's like the $1 million question that niggas have been asking for the past few days. Like, what really is it, that he actually did? And nobody wants to answer that question. They want to get mad and cuss us the fuck out and call us a bunch of hoes and bitches and we selling sex and all this other stuff. But they don't want to actually say what it is, right, that he actually did. They still haven't done that. They still haven't done that. He said, best not be clickbait, okay? Yeah, right. It might be, though. Hey, Josephine. Appreciate you being in the building. You said, VS speaks worldly. I hope not either, right? You said they're mad we windmill, but mad we don't windmill at the same time. Yeah, it's like they want us, they want to keep putting us in this category, like as if, we are doing the same exact things and they just come up with these stupid ass ideas and girl, they just irritate the shit out of me. But girl, I really don't be having time for these niggas. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. I don't be having time to be, going live all week and talking shit about them and doing all this shit. Nigga, I'm trying to get this fucking money. You understand? I got vacations coming up. We got the holidays coming up, okay? We got a brand new year coming in. Like, shit got to get done, okay? Ain't nobody got time to be out here arguing back and forth with these AFW wannabes and the AFWs and like the now D Derell and all these other breaking the cultures and all these other people. But like I told Breaking, I'm gonna tell you again, okay? When you lie on me, I can tell your truth, okay? And I will definitely do it. I don't have a problem doing it. I might not do it right away because I'm fucking busy, okay? I have shit to do, okay? Like I don't have time to respond to you all day and all night. I know you want my attention, okay? But yeah, I don't have time to respond to you all day and all night. But at the end of the day, I definitely got you. Okay. I got a couple of these Vixen Chronicles that I have in the making. The one that you've been seeing, I'll probably delay that one because I have one that somebody actually gave me an idea about one. And I thought that was a great idea. So I'll probably be doing that if I decide to do another one. And then we'll save your mama for later. Okay. But we'll definitely be talking about that someday, as long as you're lying on me. Now, if you don't lie on me, if you just, you don't keep telling these fucking crazy ass stories about me and, all this abuse and all this other shit, then okay, that's fine. You won't have to hear from me. But as long as you're coming for me, I'm going to come for you. Now, you're welcome to talk your little shit and you ugly bitch and all that. I can say the same things about you. I can say you look like a man, and all those things, but that's not, really the same thing as making up actual stories of incest and stuff like this in my family, right? These are things that you made up and that you've said publicly. And so I feel like I have every right to tell the truth about you since you want to lie for me, right? And that's just what that is. Like I said, your truth is much worse, sweetheart. You know that. You know that. But either way, let me go ahead and read these final comments, and then we are going to be out of here. He said the hate is real in real life. Okay. He said Pills and Anti fell out on Photon's live. Yeah, that's what I saw the other day. He said live your life as you should. Absolutely. He said it's a different situation to put a risque picture out because you mad at the person, but then wonder why people don't want to be bothered with you. Woo. Okay. That's my thing. Like, I think she don't get it that, the majority of the sector is just not fucking going with that shit. And that's the reason, is because, first of all, I proved it in the Vixen Chronicles. I proved it beyond the shadow of a doubt. I showed the evidence of these things. I showed receipts, and I showed in chronological order how all this stuff that she claims about me is actually true about her, right? And it's almost like crazy. Like, it's almost like Lifetime-ish, right? Like this weird ass single white female type bitch type thing, where she just on some weird shit and trying to make her life mine, and it's just weird. I wish she would just ugh. Anyway, she want me to stop talking about her, then she should stop lying on me. You said they want to use the things they found out about Laquan to justify finding Laquan. The things found don't justify commencing the search. Exactly. 100% facts. All right, y'all. Well, we're out of here. I do appreciate y'all for being in the building. I'll see y'all tonight at Pills. Make sure y'all do hit the like button on the way out. I believe Nappy Yankee is going live as well. I don't know what he's going to talk about, but it's something about the sector. So I'll be seeing what he's talking about as well. And I will holler at y'all. Peace, guys. Thank y'all again for watching.